Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Tuesday, April 22nd. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. No other sessions today, so we'll do away with that. Crude. Get in sync on the short. Long never triggered. Comes down. Money management, target 1 and target 2. Net 51 ticks. Good solid winning trade this morning. Unleaded, just triggering into a short. Second trade of the morning. The first trade was just a break even. Actually, partial win. 843 to 837. So 6 ticks on the trailer, 12 tick net on 2 positions. Also, pound Aussie is in a short. First trade of the morning. Micro Russell in a long, obviously gone way too far to get involved with that. Market is open. And the question is, that went too far too fast. Micro Russell stops out. Put unleaded up here. Really don't like to put it over top of crude, but I'm going to do that because crude's the only thing that's finished at this point. Ooh. Unleaded taking heat on this trade. And another no trade on the YM. Soybeans. It's like soybeans got in. Yeah, soybeans got in sync. So soybeans is short. Waiting our 4 minutes for micro NQ. And crude did stop out, or I'm sorry, unleaded stopped out. So he's stepping crude position. All right, there's definitely a possibility to get in sync. on the YM, and that trade is in. YM in the short trade. And going to money management quickly. And target if, now let's see. Is it big enough? 17, no it's not. So we need target 2. And we got that, so this is going to be a power quitting trade. Goal target 2, and we are trailing. And there it stops out. So the YM is done. We'll move unleaded over to that, since it does crude does inform the YM. Still looking for our start time on the micro NQ. Micro Russell with a new long trade. Wick on this short trade. Let's see if it's, no, target 1's not big enough to move. We do have a very big target, very good sized target 2. At 42 3/4 points. All right, we are in the short trade on the micro NQ, in the short trade on soybeans, in the short trade on unleaded, just barely staying off the stop. A little bit of a wick on this long trade on micro Russell. So that will mean we will actually we'll bring the target to target 2. This trade is big enough. Target 2 is a valid entry. Money management on the micro NQ trade. Coming back to test the entry. Actually testing the 50 EMO. So everything in trades except for the YM is done and crude is done. So shorts across the bottom. Pound Aussie, micro NQ, and soybeans. Long on the micro Russell. And we did finally stop out of our unleaded trade. So we took full stop on that one. 12 tick win, partial win on trade number 1. That full stop out was 66. Oh, and I forgot we had no, that was trade number 3. This trade just couldn't get away from it. It was after start time at 9 o'clock. That was a 32.64. And 66 is 130. Less 12, we're down 118. All right, we are trailing on this. So we're reducing our risk on the micro Russell long trade. Short trade set up and now has flipped. We've got now we're getting crossover now. So this bar will cancel the short, which would be a stop and reverse at the full stop out. All right, we all right, break even stop out, and we get a stop and very small stop and reverse loss to a full loser. That's 2 losses and a break even. Now we have a second, at least a break even on the second trade on the micro NQ. We did stop out for a partial loss on the micro Russell, and now we're in a new long trade. Here's money management. Goes up to minimum 14 ticks. All right, target 2 and target 3 on the micro NQ. So trade number 4 is a win. Looking for target 4, trailing at 168 3/4. Pound Aussie getting very close to money management. Win on the micro Russell. Target 3 achieved. Now looking for target 4. Target 4 on the micro NQ. So this is a win on trade number 2. Trailing now at 82.9. Big trailer here on the micro NQ, 186.25. Now 189 on the micro NQ. 207. Micro NQ pushing higher, considerably higher. Setting new session highs as we go here, as is Micro Russell. Micro Russell stop at 83.9 now. Adding 10 ticks. Target 3 and 4 win. This trade definitely erasing any losses on the micro NQ. Targets 2, 3, and 4. Trailer well beyond target 4. 218 3/4. Unleaded with a long setup. This is a pretty good sized trade. Yeah, 85 tick target 2. 55 tick target 1. So get us well on the way to getting positive. Soybeans still short. Pound Aussie still short. Micro NQ trailing stop at 224 3/4. All right, no change. Micro Russell did stop out at 83.9. Wouldn't let it probably still flat, get in sync at this point with the long trade. Actually, if you didn't get triggered in, I'd push the entry up a tick. Soybeans getting within one tick of target one. Short trade setup on the micro NQ. Might has not hit the entry yet, but did come up hitting the stop. So if we get the entry on this bar, so far we're still it's still a valid trade. Until we get a crossover going back up. Micro NQ short does trigger in. We'll have to track this manually. Calculator won't track because it hit both the stop and entry on the same bar. And another full stop out on unleaded, unless you adjusted your entry. Pound Aussie finding support at the 50 EMA. And the one excursion below it. And a couple of bars have made minor excursions. And that's going to be a break even on trade. That's trade number 5 on the micro NQ. Hit money management and then pull back to the entry. Long setup on the micro NQ. Final trade of the morning if that triggers in. 223.25. Yep, one tick from triggering in at this point. Micro NQ, and there's the answer. I was going to say, finding support at the 50, but not sure it's going to move back up, but then it does go ahead through the entry. So final trade of the morning, trade number 6 is a long. With a pretty strong wick on it. And that's big enough to move the target down to target 1. Soybeans still in the short, right at target 1. Micro NQ coming close to money management, new session high. $54.5. Another long trade on the micro Russell. Up 2 ticks. 82 flat. Target 1. We are at break even on the micro NQ. That's a big target. That's actually 32 points to target 1. So 2 break evens, 2 loss, small loss, full loss, big win, and final trade is at least a target 1 win on the micro NQ. Unleaded with another long. Crude pushing up. We're not going to start trailing until we get up close to target 2. Actually, a little above target 2, I think it is. $10 set mini session on crude now. Also looking at a possible long trade. Unleaded did trigger into the long. Crude hasn't yet. Micro Russell taking heat, and there's stop out. So that is loss number 2 on the micro Russell. Soybeans back up to the entry. Pound Aussie back down below the 50 EMA. Trend mode keeping us out of the long on soybeans. And we have a short setup on the micro Russell. That triggers in. We move down a couple of ticks. 76 flat. And that's loss number 3. That ends the session on the micro Russell. I'm slightly losing session. Not terribly so. Target 2 on the micro NQ. Set our sights on target 3. That's our final fixed position. Then we'll just follow the trailer. We're going to get about halfway between targets 2 and 3 before we start trailing. Soybean still short, micro NQ long, pound Aussie short, unleaded long, crude long, and micro Russell is done. Pound Aussie failing to move away from the 50 again. Back up above it. And the trailer kicking in on the micro NQ. Micro NQ trailer 271 3/4. Money management on crude. $63.17 for the stop. There's target one. This will be a one and done session. All right, crude moving up, and target 3 on the micro NQ. Final trade doing quite well. 282 3/4. Crude reaching for target 2 on the 10 a.m. session. One tick away. I would mark it out of the. Go ahead and close out. Then it makes it to the end target after all. All right, micro NQ stopped out. It is done. We'll put unleaded back where it belongs. Soybeans is still short. First trade of the day. So 3 charts, all 4 sessions across the top are done. One of the 4 sessions across the bottom is done. And that's the chart that's hidden the micro NQ. Still active on all 3 bottom charts. There's money management on the pound, not pound, unleaded. Pound Aussie still short, just above the entry. Soybeans short just below the entry. And there's our break-even stop on unleaded. Trailing stop moving up on crude, but we are out of both positions already. And crude is done with that trade, even though we were already done. And unleaded stops out for break even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. One more possible. So crude gets it done again. Soybeans and the pound Aussie both short. Unleaded is flat. Unleaded can take one more trade. Pound Aussie with a little bounce off of the entry. Looks like rejected again at 9:45. Very close to it. Soybeans, another attempt to get down to target 1. Almost halfway there. Unleaded with potential long trade on the close of this bar off the 20 SMA. Let's see. Low is 44.66 for the entry. There it is. 68, excuse me. Whoa. And now a short setup. Neither one is triggered. Both are still valid. And the short triggers. The final trade on unleaded will be the short. Pound Aussie testing the 50 EMA again. Unleaded pushing down. Money management at 822. It's like target at 819 or something around there. 818, 819. 819. 806. There's target 1 on unleaded. That's our first target today. And we're down to trade number 6. Two break evens, 3 losses. And there is target 2. 33 ticks for target 2, 20 ticks for target 1. Down 252. We get 33 of it back there. Now see, now we got 2 of it back here, so 150, 250. Two 217s. This is just mitigating the loss. This is not going to get, definitely not going to get us positive. Now, I'd say definitely. It likely will not get us positive. It's got to go a long way. $217 plus the trailer. And soybeans gets target 1, so it's a power quitting trade. Stop will come to 44.5. And at this point, pound Aussie is just going back and forth. We've got a target in hand on soybeans. So I'm going to have to wrap it up for today. I've got to make another appointment. So we will see everybody tomorrow. Regular sessions, 9:30. Regular session, 10:30 crude oil inventory report. Everyone have a wonderful day, and we will see you tomorrow.